Thank you for joining Robert Vilahamn's press conference ahead of our trip to Bristol City this weekend. We're all online today, so if you could please use the raise hand function to ask questions. George, do you want to start us off?
Hi Robert, how you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Can I start with team news? I see that Martha Thomas and Molly Bartrey were both missing last weekend. How are they sort of looking going into this one and sort of after the international break as well?
So Martha is she's going to be out this weekend. She's the first week in rehab, and she followed the plan, and everything is according to the plan. So hopefully, it's only 3 weeks with her. So during national team break, she will hopefully go on the pitch again and prepare herself for the FA Cup game. Molly's back on the field, trained well this week. So if everything goes well on Saturday, she will be in the squad on Sunday.
Well, that's good to hear. And this is the first time I've spoke to you since the FA Cup quarterfinal. So many congratulations on that. Bethany England scored in that game, but obviously hasn't started the last three. She's been coming off the bench. I just wondered, where is she kind of at with her recovery from what was obviously a big operation back in September?
I think when you start working with a player as a team captain for the team and everything, and she get this injury and she's off for a few months, right? I think it was really strong by her to actually be that leader and still not playing. And when I wanted her back as quick as possible, she kind of took a shortcut to get back for that Man United game, and we needed that because her leadership is amazing, and she worked really hard in those games. But after that, she came into the second phase when she need to, get back fit and make sure she takes this decision right to build her self-confidence and everything. And I think we didn't perform the best way in a few games, and then she ended up on the bench to get less minutes but doing good minutes. And I think that's what you see in the last games. When she reduces the minutes, she is really sharp in those minutes, and she's been shining this week, and she's been a great leader the whole time, and she's very professional. So for me to work with that kind of play is very important for the other players to see that you don't need to start every game but still be important to a team. So I think she's taking steps every week now. I think you see that in the game that she's more sharp, and hopefully we can just keep going with her so she can score goals and be amazing on the field as well.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot one thing about Bara. She got an easier concussion in the training this week, so she will be out this weekend, but we just follow the protocol there. So she's here training easily today, but she will not be in the squad on Sunday.
Okay, and just sort of a final one on Beth. I mean, how sort of close do you think she is to her best? And also, there's going to be another England camp sort of announced fairly soon. I think maybe next week. Does it feel a little bit too early for her to be kind of looking to get back into the national scene just yet?
I think with a player like Beth, as soon as she comes over that line where she scored a few goals and the self-confidence is flying again, she will probably be back there, and that could take one game now actually, or it can take a few more games. But I know as an old striker, you just need those small moments where you get some more self-confidence, and when you feel like, yeah, now I'm connecting with the players and so on. So it could absolutely be very soon, or it can also take a little bit more time. But once again, you see her progress every week, and you see how hard she works. So I don't know, but she can already be back. Speaking about performance and get minutes in the game in this weekend, and the national team coming up soon. So I'm not sure where Serena see her right now, but of course she's getting back, but she's not really back yet, I would say. But she's looking very good in training this week, so she's getting there.
And just finally from me, obviously it was an important win last time against Leicester to kind of keep a bit of a gap for yourselves and the teams below you. How sort of realistic is it, do you think, about sort of pushing on and trying to get fifth and potentially fourth place, or is that a little bit too far away now, you think, with 6 games to go?
I think if we do everything right the last 6 games and we have some really good performances and results, I think we can actually compete for those 2 teams above us. But also I know that we are in a phase where we're not doing everything perfect, so it's probably going to be hard. But we can absolutely. I also think there's a few teams under us that want to compete with us. So I think we know what we need to focus on is the performance. And if we have a really good performances the last 6 games, we can be 5 or we can be 4. But it's still 6 points. It's still 2 really good teams. So I don't really focus too much on that. I know that we can do it, but most of the time we're focusing on how to be better and make sure that we get better every week. And then after the season, we will look at the table and see where we ended.
Thanks, Robert. Best luck on Sunday.
Cheers.
Kit.
Hi, Robert. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you.
Cool. I just wanted to talk about how this is your last game for 3 weeks. Obviously, quite a long break coming up for you guys after this weekend. And any plans of how you might utilize that and spend that break that's coming up?
Yeah, we actually redo the schedule a little bit. So we're going to make sure that all the players, even the national team players, get a few days off. So we're going to have a Friday, Saturday, Sunday off for the Easter. So I think it's important for the national team players to get a short break as well before the next national team camp. So we're going to give them that because they worked so hard for so long time. So I think that's a mentally and physically good break for them and for the staff as well, to make sure you get some family time and everything, and then back with them and train hard, because then it's the FA Cup we're going to look forward to. So we need to have those weeks to prepare ourselves.
Yeah, is there obviously the positives are clear, I think, from having 3 weeks off. As you say, you've got a chance to refresh physically and mentally. Is there any then having kind of a backlog of fixtures, or am I just being far too negative there?
I think we have found ways to deal with this. I mean, in the beginning, I thought it was quite hard to train just 6, 7, 8 players and try to find the right balance. I think right now we have found a really good balance where we have shorter days and we try to make sure we give them a lot of attention in individual parts, also tactical parts. And if we are up to 9, 10, 11 players, we actually try to play some kind of game against it could be a college boys team, or it could be a Gibraltar national team, or whatever. But we find ways to work really good in those weeks, but it's a little bit shorter and it's a little bit more like to understand that those players who stays are a different group than the whole group. So, and I kind of enjoy it. It feels like you get a second, what do you say? Like you get the chance to get to know them a little bit more and work really bit more deep with them. So it's kind of actually a break in the tough period of all the games.
And as on an individual level, are you looking forward to a little bit of a break, maybe a couple of days off yourself, if such a thing exists?
I think when you work so hard, like we do all the staff members in this club, we love our work and we love to be here every day, but you need that mental break sometimes to reload and get some energy. So I definitely are going to look forward to have 3 days in London where I just going to spend time with my kids and my wife and to explore the city, because I don't really have time during the season, but it's going to be nice. So you might see me in the city.
Oh, look out for you. Just one more on this weekend. Obviously, if you look at the table, just purely look at the table, Tottenham are big favourites to win this weekend. Is there any pressure on your team, not just to win, say, but to win well against a team that's at the position of the table that Bristol City are, or is it still just get the win however it comes for you guys?
No, I think it's a pressure to make sure we perform in a good way and show the fans and everybody around that we can play really good football. I think we were happy with the win against Leicester, but we were not really happy with the performance for the 90 minutes. And I think that's the main thing when we have a feedback, that we want to look better when we play football, because we can still beat Leicester in that day. But I think we should be better. We should play better. Players should find relations. I should be better to coach them in some scenarios. So I think the Bristol game will, of course, be a very important thing to try to win that game. But yeah, we focus a lot on how we play. So it would be stupid of me just to be happy just because we win. We need to be playing better and better football, because that's the identity we have in this club. So we're going to look very much into how we're going to play against Bristol and how we're going to score a lot of goals. And if we don't succeed, then we need to look at that, because we want to be a team that can beat the teams in the bottom of the league in a good way, in a nice way, and with a professional way. So I hope we can do that.
Okay. Thanks very much, Robert.
Cheers.
We'll go to Dan.
Hi, Robert. Hope you're well. I just want to ask about Bristol City, particularly last week. Did you kind of see a difference in their performance? Because I know that kind of they've maybe struggled a little bit against the teams around them, and I think everybody probably expects them to be relegated now, and they've kind of got nothing to lose, and maybe felt a little bit like that against Man United last week.
Yeah, I think sometimes you get tricked that they are only won one game and they are in the bottom of the table, because I think basically most of the games they play, they are competing very well, and there's a few scenarios during the game that makes them lose the games, but they have good players and they have good strategies to defend, and when they are compact they do that, and when they go for the press moments they are good in these moments as well. But then in one way or another they have a few mistakes and then the opponent score goals. And I think that's quite common for a newcomer in the league to deal with that. But I think they still have good enough players to win games in this league, and they have good enough players to actually hurt us as well. So if we go to this game and you think it's going to be easy, then we are probably going to lose this game. I think they did a quite good game against Man United, and I mean Man United scored an early goal, but then after that it was quite even game for a while before they did the 2-0. So I have enormous respect for Bristol because I think they have good players and a good tactics. So they try to do what they can with the squad they have, and I think they're doing it well. Then some games they cannot really go the whole way, but I just know these kind of games is so important for us to stay professional and show the respect that we need to take everything we can to win this game, and that's what we're going to do.
I just want to ask you about Shuang Wong, who you signed in mid-season. Obviously, she maybe hasn't had that many minutes so far. I just wondered, for a player like that to come in from, playing the other side of the world, how much time is it going to take her to kind of bed in and, maybe get up to the speed of the league?
I think it's interesting because she is a football player who is on the highest level by the players in this league as well. So when you sign her and you compare her to Matilda, who came in like a young, fresh player from Sweden, I started with Shuang in the beginning, and Matilda was not in the starting 11. And then after a while, you realize to adapt to this league, it's not only age, it's also about language and understanding the physicalities in this league. So she needed time to make sure she understands each other, and the language is one thing, and to get to know the team and everything. But I would say Shuang is probably one of the best technical players we have in this team I have. And I think for her, she just needs to adapt and get to know each other and make sure she can use her skills together with the team. Matilda have worked really hard, and she showed the last game that she's already doing that. So it's like a competition of them, but they also both of them are here for the future. They just need to find different ways to adapt to this league, and I'm going to try and find ways for both of them, and it's different ways because I need to treat them different. But she will definitely be a really huge asset for us in the long time because she's so good in some moments. So I just need to make sure I help her to be great in more moments so she can get more playtime.
It's brilliant. Thanks, Robert. Best of luck for the weekend. Thank you.
Cheers.
Finn?
Hi, Robert. Hope you're well. I just wanted to ask you about Jess Naz, particularly after her performance, excuse me, against Leicester. I don't think there was a blade of grass on that pitch that she didn't cover. What does that mean to you as a manager to have a player like that at your disposal?
I think Jessica Naz is, if you look at the player I want to have up front in one of the positions, she nails that because she's very athletic, she's very quick, she's very good with the first touch, she can use her both feet, she can press very intense, she can sprint back as well. So if you look at everything there, when she do everything that in the right way, she's probably the next lionesses in this team. And when you look at this game, the last game, she showed that. So for her is to be consistently doing this and not be too tired after a sprint run, for example, and make sure she can defend after that and make sure she can handle the ball and everything. But I think this was a big step for her because she showed for 90 minutes that she can be excellent, and she's taking steps every week. So the potential in her is enormous, and she's already now showing that. So that makes me happy.
Yeah, for sure. And just one as well. I think the next game, as was alluded to, was the Cup semi-final, which the tickets went on sale today, I believe. Do you have a message for the Tottenham fans between sort of now and that Cup semi-final that includes Sunday as well?
I think we feel it that they are very proud of the things we have done, that we're going to play at the stadium. I think we feel like we have done it together. I think we are ready to open up the big stage and show these players and the fans that we are playing the Tottenham way. We are playing in a really attractive football. They are supporting us. And I think we have time now to build this game up because I really want to have a big game there with a lot of fans at that stadium, and then from that taking it forward. So hopefully we can make it work and make sure that a lot of people come supporting us in that semi-final, and then we have the hopefully the final after that, and then we have the last game at the stadium against West Ham as well. So I kind of want to end this year with a really good feelings of that stadium, because next year we want to be there even more and make sure we grew the fan base and make sure we make the fans proud.
Definitely. Thank you very much, Robert. All the best.
Cheers.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks.